I got to visit Boracay in 2012. Got to experience the beautiful beaches, the breathtaking sunsets. It was much wilder back then compared to now. Something always unexpected in every corner of the beach. Many people from all around the world visited Boracay. I took home a souvenir that will last forever. This is my 7+ hour journey getting tattooed in Boracay by Johnny. Johnny Be Good. I met him while he was doing some henna work on the beach. I was so captivated by his skill and his artwork, I just had to continue watching what he did. He was a really good dude and very talented in his work. I decided to get my tattoo finished on my leg, and with 8,000 Philippine pesos, it was an awesome deal. I had to represent my heritage and get the 3 stars in the sun. And being in the Philippines, the meaning is more special, I guess. Johnny did everything in freehand. He's using a ballpoint pen and just drawing on my leg. I kinda like it that way when the artist just freestyles his work. I believe it's just a better connection. And also they will do their very best work because they know that it's them as well. No kind of direction, but just do what they do best. Their art. This was the easy part, getting ink with a ballpoint pen. But after this, it starts to get real. The drawing part also took long. And this does not include the tattoo, which was about 7+ hours of tattooing itself. So this probably took about another hour and a half or so. I don't remember again, but he was very meticulous in getting everything detailed.
Then this one sir, wala kang kamukha. Only you.
Special yan.
Yeah. Kasi hindi naman nila makagano yung utak natin, di ba sir?
Gusto ko yun. Parang special yan kasi ikaw, my artist. Ikaw bahala. Kasi so it's part of you, you know, sa artist. Parang like pika-pika yung, you know, oh, doon, gusto ko yun.
Don't mind my Tagalog. I know it's pretty terrible.
You know sir, I know na nag-spend ka ng a lot of money, di ba? To go in Boracay.
Oo.
To go in the Philippines.
Sa flight? Oo.
Yeah, also, and then gastos ka din, di ba?
Gastos sa
Hindi,
Manila,
yeah,
sa
in Manila, sa
hotels.
hotel. Kaya dapat, nice trip. Not the bad trip, di ba sir?
Oo. Ganda yung experience. First time sa Bora.
Yeah.
Ganda yung experience dito. Sana may one more day.
One more day again. No problem. Next time, alam mo na pagka punta ka mo dito, di ba?
Oo.
Kasi first time naman, meron pa naman. Kaya pa natin chance to go in Boracay.
Don't mind the rough translation. It's kind of hard to put it in English, so I try to make it simple. Johnny used to work at a tattoo shop, but now he does more freelance and does home service, So he goes directly to your place and does the tattoo. So we're sitting here in my hotel in Boracay getting this done. Actually, later, I'm gonna have to move because there was a complaint after it was past like midnight doing this. He's very detailed and meticulous. He kept drawing and wiping and drawing just to make sure everything looked right.
Nakita ng pinsan mo, ng cousin, your cousin, nakita.
They're gonna be like,
Yeah. Tell me ano pangalan, no? You cannot forget my name. Johnny B. Good.
Johnny be good. Before Johnny be bad. With the pattern laid out and all the lines drawn, we are ready to start our tattoo session. I didn't know how long it's gonna take, but I know I had to get it done because I was leaving the next morning. So this is the start of the 7+ hour tattoo session. We were already into the session, but I decided to grab my camera and try to film. It was really hard. Never been tattooed before. The first, I say bite, I call it a bite. It's kind of like one of those things that's like a shocking thing. But after a while, it becomes this weird euphoria. You start feeling, I don't know, this natural high, and your body and your mind go into a weird trance, I would say. It does get addicting though. Once you get your first tattoo, you just want to get another one. It's sometimes, I guess, you're just chasing that weird high that you experience. And plus, the artwork is always cool. It's a cool souvenir to bring, and you always remember the time, the date, and how you're feeling that day when you get your tattoo. I sure remember mine. Check out my camera skills. I'm bent over, kind of twisted, filming my own leg and trying to get the details. It was much easier to take photos, so I snapped a few just to keep for mementos. I had an assistant take a photo of me there, just laying. Look, I'm just scrunched up, all in pain. In the next photo, you kind of see my facial expression. I was like, holy crap, what am I doing? So after a few hours passed, it was already midnight, and now we got complaints from the neighbors. I don't blame them because it was so loud. Here's some of the finished tattoo that has been done. Really nice and clean lines. So we had to move to another place. Johnny knew some people out there, so we were able to rent like a room. I think it's kind of like a day hotel room for a few hundred pesos, I believe. We rented it for a few more hours to get this tattoo done. We had to do it because, again, I was leaving in a few hours now. So this hotel was really cheap. Everything kind of looked run down. The bed sheets looked kind of dirty, and sanitation actually went out the window. This is probably not the best place to do a tattoo since you have open wounds and bacteria could set in. And, you know, I guess at this point it didn't really matter. For me, I didn't really care because, again, I'm well deep in this tattoo and I just can't stop. So I might get comments out there saying, oh, you could have got some kind of infection or have your leg cut off if it did get infected or etc. But at this point, you know what? I didn't really care. I was much in pain and my leg was numb and I was like whatever. Let's just go ahead and do it. Luckily, I didn't have no infections, no kind of issues. Everything turned out right. But I remember the next day though, my leg blew up like a balloon because 7+ hours of just straight tattooing and needle just pounding you. Man, that was a crazy session. I actually had to take some kind of like medication just to get the swelling down. The lighting in here was less than ideal. It was kind of dim, so I'm sure he was having a hard time trying to get his lines in. But he did a great job in just doing it. One side all done. Looks pretty good, right? And now I have to do the other side. More pain to come. Let it begin. So Johnny is going back and redesigning. Most of the stuff got wiped off because of the alcohol. So he's doing his thing and redrawing everything back on. And here we go. Start the pain. At this point, my God, my leg was numb. And I came to the point that I was tearing up. I never teared up when I got tattoos, but this one, wow. I was, see? My voice is kind of shaking because I still remember this. This was some serious pain I was feeling. We were many hours into this tattoo session. And this doesn't include the break that we had to do, leaving my hotel and finding this place and trying to get the rental. So that took another hour or so. So when I say 7+ hours, 7 hours minimum to do the tattoo, not including the moving, the design, and other things. Also, it could have been longer than 7 hours. My mind was so gone, and I was just in outer space, in another time zone, in another world. Who knows? It was just one of those things that's just like, oh, let me get through this. Oh, are you almost done? Oh, tears in my eyes. Oh, think about, think about, think about nothing. Yeah, it was just crazy. I know Johnny was feeling it. You could tell that he didn't even bother changing his gloves. He didn't even bother getting new cotton to wipe. He just wanted to get it done. Halfway there. Little bit more to go. Actually, a lot more to go. Again, sanitation was out the window. You kind of could see the bed sheet is already kind of dirty, and he removed the pillowcase and used it to cover the bed. It's coming out really nice though. 3 stars in the sun represent. It's all coming together. Coming into the home stretch, after he cleaned it off, you could see more of the design. At this point, I know Johnny was really fatigued. You could see in his hands, he was kind of like shaking, trying to get the last line in. But he made it through. True soldier and a really true artist. He also had white ink. I think he was going to do shadowing and try to do some cool stuff with it. But this tattoo took so long that he decided to skip it. At this point, you can see some of his lines not as straight as the first session part, But I understood, and plus I kind of liked it because it gave it character. It didn't look like it was, kind of like machined. It kind of gave it the old tribal, old Tatao style with a tap tap. Kind of cool. Now finishing the rest, and this again was wow. What an experience. Something that's really cool that I was able to bring home till today. And coincidentally, I'll be going to Boracay next month. I won't probably be getting a tattoo because I have other things to do, but I really enjoyed this souvenir from him. Hoping to run into him and see if he's still around. But thanks again, Johnny. It was a wild ride for sure. And 11 plus years later, it still looks great. It could use some touch-ups in some parts, but I like it because it was an experience that I will never forget, and it was my journey.